Do you believe in miracles? I know we live in a world where everything seems possible, but sometimes we need a little reminder. The Book of Esther is a story about God's intervention in human affairs. It's a story of triumph against evil, and it's a story of unwavering faith. Welcome to our channel, where today we're taking you on an epic journey back to the ancient kingdom of Persia. Picture this. You're in the grand palace of King Xerxes, and the air is thick with anticipation. Tonight, he's throwing a massive bash, a 6-day extravaganza fit for a king. Can you imagine the glitz, the glamour, the sheer opulence? It's like stepping into a fairy tale. And the king has a proposition. He wants to find a new queen, someone to grace his throne and capture his heart. Enter Queen Vashti, the reigning monarch's wife. She's been asked to show off the finest jewelry in the kingdom, a dazzling display of riches and power. But guess what? She refuses. Talk about a royal rebellion. King Xerxes is not pleased. This isn't just a slap in the face. It's a direct challenge to his authority. He needs to make a statement. So he does something drastic. He dethrones Queen Vashti, kicking her out of the palace and ending her reign as queen. Whoa! Talk about a dramatic turn of events. So now the search is on for a new queen. And let me tell you, they're not holding back. The king's men are scouring the kingdom, visiting every corner to find the most eligible candidate. They're looking for the ultimate catch, the kind of woman who could turn heads and make the king's jaw drop. Meanwhile, in the city of Susa, tucked away in the palace grounds, we meet our protagonist, Esther. She's a young Jewish woman living with her cousin Mordecai. Life is pretty ordinary until suddenly her life takes an unexpected twist. Esther is summoned to the palace, whisked away from her humble abode to the center of attention. Could this be her moment to shine? As the grand procession arrives at the palace gates, the ladies address to impress, each one hoping to catch the king's eye and secure the coveted title of queen. It's like a beauty pageant straight out of a fairy tale. But hold on. There's more to Esther than meets the eye. You see, she's a Jew. And back in those days, being Jewish wasn't exactly mainstream. In fact, it was kind of a big deal. She's keeping her religion under wraps, following Mordecai's advice to keep their Jewish identity a secret. It's a risky move, but she trusts her cousin's wisdom and decides to go along with it. Months go by and the king's attention starts wandering. One day, during a royal stroll, he notices Esther and he's smitten. This wasn't part of the plan. But when the king's eyes meet hers, sparks fly. Could she be the one who captures his heart and becomes the new queen? That's a big question. Now, you might be wondering, how did the king not know she was Jewish? Well, back then, royal suitors didn't exactly bring their dating profiles to the interview. It was all about keeping things under wraps until later. Anyway, Esther wins the crown, much to Mordecai's surprise. However, he cautions her to keep their Jewish roots a secret. Why, you ask? Well, back in those days, the king wasn't exactly fond of Jews. Let's just say he had a bit of a reputation for not being too friendly towards them. It's a tough spot to be in, but she respects her cousin's advice and keeps her identity under wraps for now. Who knows what could happen next? Life in the palace is a whirlwind of fancy parties, lavish banquets, and so much intrigue. But as Esther settles into her role as queen, a dark cloud looms on the horizon. Enter Haman, the king's right-hand man, a powerful official with a big title and even bigger dreams. He's all about climbing the social ladder and making a name for himself, but he's got a bit of an ego problem. Picture this. Mordecai, sitting in the courtyard, minding his own business when suddenly a palace guard approaches him. He's got a simple request, bow down to Haman. But here's the twist. Mordecai refuses. Talk about a royal rumble. It's not your typical office disagreement. Oh, no! This is a clash of wills, a battle of egos. Mordecai stands firm on his beliefs, refusing to compromise or back down. And Haman, well, he's fuming. You can probably feel the tension thickening the air. So Haman, seething with anger, cooks up a wicked plan. He targets Mordecai, aiming to wipe him out completely. And guess who gets caught in the crossfire? The entire Jewish community. That's right. Haman is planning genocide, a full-scale attack on an entire group of people simply because of their faith. It's horrifying, despicable, and utterly evil. But hey, this is the kind of movie where good triumphs over evil, right? Mordecai learns about Haman's devious plot and immediately turns to Esther for help. It's a desperate plea, a cry for aid that echoes through the halls of the palace. He urges Esther to take action, to confront the king and save her people from annihilation. But she's torn. On one hand, she's a queen, a figure of power and influence. But on the other, she's also a Jew, a member of the community targeted by Haman's wicked scheme. It's a tight spot to be in! But let's be real, this is a pivotal moment. A make-or-break situation. If Esther doesn't step up, her people could be wiped out. And that's a heavy burden to bear. As the plot thickens, Esther finds herself at a crossroads. She must summon all her courage, confront the king, and put her life on the line to save her people. But wait, let's rewind for a second. Back in the ancient world, approaching the king without an invitation was a major no-no. It was like trying to high-five the president. You needed an audience with him first! But Esther's situation is dire. She doesn't have time for formalities. Her people as lives hang in the balance, and she is not about to let bureaucracy get in her way. It's a risky move, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. After fasting and praying with her people for 3 days, Esther takes action. She prepares herself, puts on the finest robes, and heads to the king's court. The stakes couldn't be higher. As she enters the throne room, all eyes are on her. The king sits in all his glory, and Esther's heart pounds in her chest. Will he grant her audience? Will he listen to her plea? Only time will tell. When King Xerxes sees Esther, his heart skips a beat. He extends his golden scepter, signaling his willingness to hear her out. It's a gesture of mercy, a lifeline in a sea of uncertainty. With trembling hands, she reveals her Jewish identity and exposes Haman's evil plot. Talk about a bombshell. Xerxes is furious. To think he had been so close to endorsing Haman's wicked scheme, it's enough to make your blood boil. The king wasted no time in making amends. He ordered Haman to be executed on the very gallows he had built for Mordecai. Talk about a swift and fitting end to a despicable villain. But the story doesn't end there. Xerxes, realizing the gravity of the situation, took further action. He issued a royal decree granting the Jews the right to defend themselves against their enemies. It was a turning point, a moment of empowerment that allowed them to stand up for their rights and protect their communities. The threat of annihilation lifted and hope returned. The Jewish people celebrated their survival with joy and gratitude, commemorating the event with the joyous festival of Purim. So there you have it, folks. The story of Esther, a tale of courage, faith, and divine providence. It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope can prevail and that one person's actions can make a world of difference. Now I want to hear from you. What character resonates with you the most? Do you admire Esther's bravery or Haman's cunning? Let us know in the comments section below. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We've got plenty more stories to share, each one more captivating than the last. Until next time, stay curious, stay engaged, and never stop believing in the power of stories. Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey through the ages. If you found inspiration in the timeless tale of Esther, we invite you to dive deeper into our collection of faith-based movies and videos. Your support means everything to us. So show your support by liking this video and sharing it with friends and family who will appreciate this amazing story. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Thank you for watching.